Hello everyone, my name is Amrei Dizon from Vital Strats Creative Solutions. And thank you very much for being in this room. Today, I want to talk to you about this topic, which is how to win in the next normal. So we're going to cover market trends, updates, and strategies for you to win in the next normal. So please don't hesitate to comment your name, your businesses, your Facebook pages, your website. So malay nyo, magkaroon tayo ng mga clients or suppliers or partners here in this group. Importante yan. Network, network, network. So please don't hesitate. Also, please don't hesitate to write down your questions below para we can address them later on. So moving forward, what are we going to cover? So today we will learn about three things. Number one, how has marketing changed with the COVID-19 pandemic and the changing lockdown or quarantine guidelines? And then number two, what are the customer experience? CX is customer experience. What are the CX opportunities which businesses can seize to help them engage with their customers? So, have you heard of the saying, in every crisis there is an opportunity? So, this is it. Ano yung mga opportunities natin na makikita or makukuha, pwedeng seize dito sa crisis na ito. And then next, number three, what are the tools and strategies that you can use to help your products or services stand out in the digital or online space? So, are you ready? Okay, let's begin. So, first and foremost, kakamustahin ko lang po kayo. Nasaang stage na po kayo ng pagko-cope? Nasa resolve stage pa po ba kayo? Ang resolve stage, ito yung stage na ina-address nyo pa po ang inyong immediate challenges sa workforce, sa customers, kung paano mag-ooperate. Kasi di ba ang dami mga changes brought about by the pandemic. So, with that changes, you need to address yung mga challenges na ito. So, you're still resolving. The next stage is resilience. So, nalaman nyo na kung paano yung mga kailangan changes na gawin sa operations, sa mga ino-offering in the products and services dealing with customers. But, you are now being tested. You're already tackling cash challenges and mga broader issues on resiliency. So, dito kailangan medyo tinetest dito yung tibay ng loob at saka gaano kahaba ang PC. So, mostly cash ang nagiging problema dito sa resilience stage. And next naman po ay ang return stage. So, sa return stage, ito yung pinaplano nyo na how to return your business and employees and scale quickly. So, handa na kayong mag-open ulit, naiplano nyo na, meron na kayong pampuhunan, ready na kayo to scale and return. Next is, may extra stage po tayo. Ang extra stage natin ay yung reimagine stage. Ang reimagine stage, ito yung nire-reimagine nyo na yung business actions and offerings ninyo. Adjusted na siya sa new preferences and possibilities ngayong next normal. So, yung goal natin is to be in the reimagine stage, and with this presentation, I will help you come up with potential tools and strategies for your business para mapunta kayo sa reimagine stage. So, let's go with the first one, marketing during COVID-19. So, how has marketing changed with the COVID-19 pandemic and the changing lockdown or quarantine guidelines? So, ano ba yung mga ginawa ng mga brands? Pasadahan natin ng mabilis na mabilis. Unang-una, brands gave out relevant and sensitive brand messages. Importante na maging relevant at sensitive. So, nagsimula yan sa pagbibigay ng mga official statements to encourage people to stay home to prevent the disease spread. Meron din tayo mga COVID alert announcements. So, maraming brands na nag-announce ng store closure, changes in working hours, marami ding mga brands na nag-empathize with what the customers are feeling. Marami sila mga messages na we're in this together. Your safety matters. We care about your employees. We're here for you. We'll cope with everything together. Naranasan niyo na ba nagpa-deliver kayo tapos sa brown paper bag may nakasulat na paper na pentel pen na Together we will rise. We're all in this together. So, brands are empathizing with their customers. Next, marami ring brands na nag-make na ng official statements to encourage people to stay home to prevent disease spread. Hindi lang stay home, marami ding nag-encourage to go back to their restaurants, pero nag-encourage sa mga customers to be safe at ina-advocate nila talaga yung pagiging safe sa kanilang brand. Some went even further sa make ng official statements nila, like what McDonald's Brazil did. Change niya pa yung logo niya to reinforce social distancing. Ganon din sa Coca-Cola. Kasi importante talaga yung social distancing. Eh. Although, nagkaroon ng konting backlash lang dito sa brand, sa Coca-Cola, kasi before, hindi nila inuna yung pag-communicate nila ng kanilang efforts to respond to the situation. So, medyo na-criticize sila ng audience. So, why are you spending your money for advertising space versus donating it to victims or to frontliners? So, very sensitive ang mga customers or consumers sa ganito. So, if you're a brand, be careful. You have to be really sensitive. So, look at what Burger King did. Instead of home of the Whopper, i-next nila yung of the Whopper para mag-send out ng message to stay home. This is Burger King in France. KFC was also forced to shut down a finger-licking video campaign for the simple reason that it is not the right time to air such ads. So, di ba, nagpo-promote tayo ng washing of hands. So, yung finger licking, it's not appropriate right now. So, pinull out nila. Winidraw nila tong ad. Ganon din yung ibang mga advertisements na merong people together, hugging. Yan, hindi na siya appropriate. So, pinull out na yun ng mga brands. Next, I'm sure na-experience nyo to. Customers are spending significantly more time online, hence the rise of video streaming. Nearly half of customers have started or increased online streaming since the onset of the pandemic. Yan, napaparami na ngayon yung consumption ng YouTube, ng Netflix. Dumadami na yung load nila, network load. And they have to adjust to meet the new demands and avoid web traffic problems. So, nag-a-adjust sila ng bandwidth. May time nga na medyo nagkaroon sila ng excessive usage do sa kanilang bandwidth. Binabaan nila yung resolution nila. Next, companies are looking for new ways to speak out, putting video format on the rise. So, ano ba yung mga communication methods gaining popularity? Ito webinar na ito. Webinars are gaining popularity. Mga videos, how-to videos, mga Q&A, a lot of podcasts, Insta stories, video format is on the rise. So, kayo ba, ni-utilize nyo na ba yung video format para sa inyong business? You should start doing so. Social commitment. Brands now recognize that consumers are undergoing difficult times. So, na-realize nila yung profitability is the least of their concern. Instead, they opt to show concern for their consumers and the community. They empathize with the situation and they give what they can to contribute and become part of the solution. So, maraming mga brands ang nagkaroon ng mga donation drive and discounts for frontliners like these brands. Brands with relevant products are donating to local hospitals and social services. Regardless of the industry, brands, corporations, and celebrities donate to fighting COVID-19. Yan, si Coca-Cola nag-donate ng 150 million. Nag-allocate sila ng ad budget for support sa COVID-19 relief efforts. People want brands to be authentic and they want brands to walk the talk. So, instead of just releasing out ads, kailangan din you walk the talk. So, Jollibee also allotted 1 billion emergency response funds that would allow its employees and partner enterprises to receive salaries during the quarantine period, as well as their 13th month pay by the end of April. Yeah. Next, free access to paid content. Many companies have opened access to gated or paid content like educational materials, reports, statistics, subscription-only articles. Naka-experience ba kayo nito? And do you know that Harvard University offers free courses online? So, pwede na kayong magkaroon ng Harvard education, libre. And just recently, nag-launch sila ng free online class on mechanical ventilation for COVID-19 to provide medical professionals with an understanding of mechanical ventilation. Kasi may demand nga dito. Even museums, like Metropolitan Museum of Art. Ako, pangarap ko ding makapunta dito sa Metropolitan Museum of Art. They now open free online access to over 1,600 art books. Extended payment deadlines. This is in accordance with the Bayanihan Act. So, I'm sure yung mga brands na ito, na-experience nyo rin, may extended payment deadlines, extended din yung mga pagbabayad natin na interest-free sa ibang mga banks, mga credit cards. Yeah. And, I'm sure napansin nyo rin ito, maraming services that shift to online. Yung mga services na hindi natin naisip before, na posible pala, we're seeing a soar in users on every possible activity, from ordering meals, ordering groceries online, to finance. Halos ang dami na nag-o-offer ng mga cashless transactions. Education, online na yung education ngayon. Yung marami problema ng mga hurdle para sa mga parents. Very challenging for them. Fitness nag-shift na rin online. Some gyms are lending their equipment sa bahay and doing their lessons via Zoom. So, companies are shifting their business models to be more digital. And after the pandemic, pabalik ba sa dati? Well, some pwedeng bumalik sa dati, but it's highly likely that consumers will continue to use many of these digital offerings. For sure, nakita ng mga karamihan kung ano yung positive na effects or positive na pwedeng dulot, or same lang pala yun, positive effects ng pag-shift to digital, like saving time, mas convenient siya, mas accessible. So, those are what companies have been doing. So, ano yung mga opportunities na pwede nating ma-seize out of that? So, natutunan ko sa business school, yung external analysis. You have to look outside para makita yung landscape. And then, see how you can apply it in your company. So, looking at the landscape, ano yung mga pwede nating opportunities na ma-seize? Number one, there is increased traffic online. Our customers and clients may be having limited flexibility in terms of finances, but they now have a surplus of time online. So, customers are quickly replacing or complementing physical and in-person activities with their digital equivalents. So, companies around the world, they have swiftly accommodated the massive shift to digital channels. So, question to ask yourself, for your company, what processes, services, or touch points can I shift to online channels? So, this is an opportunity for digital and online to become your new distribution and customer services channels. People are online, so you better move your brands and services online. We move where the people are, we move where the traffic is. But how do I find my customers online? This is the ultimate question. As well as, how can my customers find me online? So, sa part 3 nitong presentation, we will tackle this. Next, people have high regard for safety. The pandemic's massive health implications and associated public health policies have normalized physical distancing and the need for constant sanitation. So according to McKinsey, most of consumers' main concerns about COVID-19 are related to health and safety. So companies must keep these issues front of mind as they plan their transitions to the next normal. So importante, if you're operating, kailangan number one priority nyo is the safety of your customers kasi yun yung priority din nila. Such concerns have led customers to rapidly change how they want to engage with the world, with safe and contactless operations as their top priority. So, yung consumers ngayon, ine-embrace na nila yung shopping options that make them feel safe, such as yung mga curbside pickup, appointment-based shopping. Some will just shop online more for items na hindi naman nila previously na-imagine that they would buy online, like office chair, and a lot more. So, marami ng mga consumers ngayon, mas ready na sila to make buying decisions sa e-commerce. So, marami na nagpa-purchase online ngayon. So, it's an opportunity for you to move your products online and to move the selling online. Consumers will seek out retailers that offer contactless delivery and cashierless payment systems. And they will also think more strategically about where they want to shop and who they want to support. So another question you should ask, how can my brand show a high regard for health and safety? That's another thing to ponder on. Next, you should have greater focus on mental wellness and personal well-being. So, have you heard of PCSD? Kung merong PTSD, meron din tinatawag na PCSD, which is post-COVID stress disorder. Ang dami ngayon na very anxious, dami ngayon na stressed because of the situation. So, how can your brand counter this? Questions to ask. How can I show empathy through my content? What is the right tone of voice to use when speaking to my customers online? What should I talk about? Which leads us to part 3 of this presentation, strategies to stand out online. What are the tools and strategies that you can use to help your products and services stand out in the digital or online market space? We need to consider these 3 opportunities that I mentioned a while ago. There's an increase in online traffic. People have high regard for safety. And you need to focus on personal well-being because a lot of people are anxious and stressed because of the situation. So how can you empathize with your consumers? So for increased traffic online, it's important to be where your customers are. So how can you find them? Or how can they find you? First and foremost, you have to be present on the first touch point, online. So, ang behavior ngayon ng mga consumers, if they need something, if they want to purchase anything, the first behavior is they search online via Google or via Facebook. So, when they search, make sure that you are present when they search for you. You have to know what keywords are associated with your brand. Para if they search that keyword, you have to make sure that you appear sa top choices. So sa top searches, it's a strategy to be found online. Kailangan you know your keywords, the keywords associated with your brand, and you incorporate it in your search engine optimization in your content para makroll siya ng Google. And when people search for you, through the keywords, mag-a-appear yung website ninyo and they can already find you. So, napakadali na ngayon na magkaroon ng online presence. There are a lot of services for free website. So, there's Wix, there's WordPress, and many more. It's so easy to have an online presence. And social media platforms are free. So, you can grow your brand through organic means. Meaning, hindi mo kailangan mag-boost ng ads. Pwede ka na magkaroon ng online presence. Well, maganda pa rin na nagbo-boost ka para mas may reach ka. Pero you can start with just posting and growing your brands organically. Yan, your website should be able to convert visitors to customers. So hindi lang importante na meron kang online presence. Kailangan meron kang proper call to action. So kailangan meron kang call to action na buy now, call us now, order here, pay here. So importante for you to direct your audience to the right action. So, kailangan ba i-lead sila sa shopping cart? Kailangan mo ba sila i-lead sa Viber page? Kasi doon sila mag-order. How can they buy from you? So, it's important that andon yung information na yon sa iyong website or social media pages. Sa social media naman, you have to focus on the right channels for your brand. Hindi naman kailangan na present ka sa lahat. You have to be present lang doon sa mga platforms kung saan nandoon yung customers mo. Know where your customers are. Leverage yung mga online communities. Like, for example, for restaurants, itong Let's Eat Pare, they have 212,000 members. So, marami doon na nag-a-ask ng recommendations. For example, for this one, recommendations for party trays, good for 15 to 20 packs. So, nagtanong lang siya, ang dami na nag-comments. Meron na agad 619 comments. So, imagine, if you have a marketer or your staff, nakabantay lang doon, andyan na yung link sa iyong page or sa iyong website. You can already share yung what's good about your products and services. So, meron ding page na best of the best. So, ito yung mga best restaurants or best agencies. Basta marami nagtatanong dito about different recommendations, and you can leverage on this and share what your company or brand can offer. Marami na rin mga Viber community groups, especially if you're operating na geographical within your area. Marami na mga Viber community groups within your barangay or within your city. So be sure na sumali yung brand mo and you have a presence dito sa mga grupo na ito. Yan. Penetrate interest groups and communities. Next, since consumers have a high regard for safety, you should show your customers that you value their safety. You have to build safety into the customer experience, and you have to rethink contactless commerce to promote safety across your products, services, and processes. It's critical to put customers at ease and increase their satisfaction. So kung halimbawa, magpapalabas kayo ng mga behind the scenes videos on how you do your operations, or kunyari, you're a restaurant and you're showing your chefs cooking. Importante, naka-mask sila, naka-face shield. You show how clean the environment is, nagsasanitize kayo. Kasi yun yung sinuscrutinize ng mga consumers. So, it's important for you to show how safe you are. Yan. I would like to share to you yung experience ko dito sa Shakey's. The first time I dined there. Meron silang safety video. Sa safety video nila, naka-summarize na doon yung kanilang mga safety processes. They have incorporated health and safety messages in their communication. So, you should do the same. For example, ito yung usual na mga safety measures ng mga restaurants. So, they have sanitation mats, thermal checks, sealed yung kanilang utensils and pouches, digital menu, etc. So, these are the standard ones. So, ano yung may implement nyo to become more out of the box? Ano yung may implement ninyo to be different and to stand out? So, important, basic, you have to incorporate safety in your physical touch points. And next, how can you stand out among the competition? So, ang importante, to stand out, you have to deliver value in all your touch points. Ano ba yung mga touch points na yan? Yung touch points, ito yung mga different opportunities na nakaka-interface ninyo ang inyong mga customers. So, it's the different stages na dinadaanan nila. It's a different stages na na-encounter nila bago sila mag-make ng buying decision. So, when they search online, when your website appears, when they make a phone call, when they chat sa inyong Facebook page, pagpunta nila sa store, pag-interact nila sa inyong mga frontliners. So, in every touch point, how do you deliver value? Ano bang value hinahanap nila? Quality in general, customer service, ease in doing business, speed, and most important sa panahon ngayon, safety. So, how are you incorporating safety in your customer journey? So, you have to consider that. An example, I went to a restaurant, so Manam, I removed my face mask, and first time that I saw a restaurant, meron silang lalagyan ng face mask. So, very convenient, di ba? So, this was around mga 3 months ago, yata, I think. Pero, ngayon, marami na mga restaurants din na meron na silang mga container for face shield. Kasi, alam nila yung mga irritants na na-encounter ng mga customers. They anticipate it already. So, other things that you can offer, pickup and delivery options, reservations, mga QR or contactless digital menu. In short, give them options, make it easy for them. So, yun ang pinaka-importante. Make it easy for your customers to transact with you, to make business with you. Make it easy for them to buy your products and services and incorporate safety in your processes. Yan. Think of out-of-the-box solutions. Kasi itong maliit na bagay na to na meron lang lalagyan yung face mask, malaking bagay na yun for us when we dined in. Yan. How can you make it easy to do business with you? Meron din tayong mga out-of-the-box examples dito. For example, a German cafe is making people wear swimming pool noodles as hats para ma-enforce yung social distancing. So, out of the box siya, and it's also Instagrammable. Yan, think of out of the box solutions. Marketing opportunity din siya. Tell your customers what you're doing to help the community navigate through the crisis. It will serve as proof of that they've made the right choice putting their trust in your brand. So, gusto ng mga consumers, yung mga brands that give back. If you want to be remembered, now is the time for you to do something for your community. Kasi, after several years, you will look back, people will look back and ask, ano yung ginawa mo during the pandemic? Kasi this is a major event. So, you should be remembered for the good things that you did for your consumers. Yan. Show what you're doing to help the community. So, for the last opportunity, yung pagfo-focus sa personal well-being, because people are having mental health problems. Ang daming nagkakaroon ng anxiety sa ngayon. You need to empathize, and be your customer's pain reliever. In the next normal, you need to be more proactive and nimbler, able to anticipate customer expectations and needs. And you have to better understand your customers. Kasi those who do it faster are likely to be the next customer experience leaders. So how do you do it? Know their pains and what they are going through. And then how can your business be the solution to their problems? Empathy and support are essential to get your target customers to notice you. How do you do that? Just make a list of their pain points and then match it with pain relievers. Ano ba yung pain relievers ng brand mo? Also make a list of the benefits that they're looking for. And then match it with the gain creators na ino-offer ng brand mo. Empathy and support are essential to get your target customers to notice you. What else? Bring good news. When everyone is struggling to fight stress and anxiety, now more than ever is the time to send good vibes and remind people of the good in the world. Staying positive is essential to cope with the crisis, so support your customers by helping them smile. You can also give out entertaining messages. Kaya maraming nagti-TikTok ngayon because it's fun and entertaining. You can bring out a fun challenge, an appropriate joke, or cute photos of your team's pets that can foster a positive mindset. You can tell mga fun isolation stories. You can do mga challenges in social media and other user-generated content. Next, aim to educate your target market. Just what we're doing right now. Kasi they give value. They get value if you educate them. Be sensitive in promoting your products and focus on timely and relevant value. So for example, for this brand, they have home bonding offer. So people know that they know that people are staying at home, so nag-offer sila ng home bonding offer. So ano yung pwede nyong ma-offer na relevant sa situation ngayon? Well, you have to be sensitive with what you are offering. You have to change kung ano yung mga ino-offer niyo before that might not be relevant anymore. Or ano yung pinuput out niyo na mga ads and communication that might be offensive to others. And then, you have to put your brand sa future daydreams of your consumers, especially if you're in the travel industry. Wala pang masyadong nagta-travel ngayon kasi may travel ban pa, bawal pang lumabas ng Manila, well, except for Tagaytay and Batangas. But people are dreaming to travel. So, give them a glimpse of what they can experience sa iyong brand in the future pagkatapos nitong pandemic. Anticipate and don't just ask for customer feedback. So, sa ngayon, importante ang word of strangers. Importante na magkaroon ka ng maraming positive feedback about your brand because people decide by looking at the feedback of strangers who already experience your brand. So if they have good feedback about your brand, they would most likely make the positive decision to try you out. Otherwise, kung maraming negative feedback, ayun, you have to resolve kasi it also influences their decision to go for your brand. So, value word of strangers, and if there's something positive na na-experience ng customer mo, don't hesitate to ask them for positive feedback. Yeah. So, that's about it. Number 1, you have to look externally, capture data, observe what is being done. Kasi importante na makita niyo yung landscape and see kung ano yung nangyayari outside of your business. Number 2, look for opportunities in people's problems and how you can be part of the solution. And then number 3, you have to tailor fit your strategies to the unique needs of your customers. So I hope you learned something new today. Maraming salamat po.